Hey y'all, Redneck Reads Reddit. How y'all doing today? Alright, we're going to be doing a little Tales from Tech Support. See what we can get into. Um, oh, Unbridled Rage. I don't know. Y'all, as always, I read these live, and we get what we get. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not. Sometimes I screw stuff up. But alrighty. Unbridled Rage by Selbin. Selbin, me, a Tier 2 help desk technician for a mid-sized company with a very skeleton crew help desk. 10 of us total for 24-hour coverage, not including supervisors, to support 2,500 plus company-wide. Snickers, my cubicle mate, a good friend, also Tier 2. Enraged user, the star. And Sup 2, an all-around great supervisor who worked his way up from the support line and understands how the help desk works. Selbin and Snickers shared a bag of cheesy crackers while giggling at videos on the internet and enjoying the quiet hum of machines and the occasional click of a mouse. It was all peaceful in the early morning hours until the door to the IT area burst open. Selbin dared peek around the corner, only to lock eyes with the enraged user, who pointed his finger and walked straight at him, and without hesitation, Snickers had retreated into a pile of emails, leaving Selbin to fend for himself. The enraged user, I need files moved to my flash drive. He said this while shoving a personal drive at Selbin. Selbin, sure, what files do you need moved? He did not like the question and angrily stomped his feet and checking over his shoulder. Important company files. Selbin's eyebrow shot up at least an inch in pure confusion. Okay, I can't do the eyebrow thing. I can do both. I'll be back for those later. And he stormed off, leaving Selbin holding the flash drive. Snickers, who was that? Selbin, I don't know. Having no idea who the end user was or what they wanted, he left the flash drive untouched on his desk and went about his day. About noon, Snickers suggested they leave to get lunch. Upon their return, Selbin was caught on his way in by... Selbin was caught on his way in by the enraged user, seemingly from nowhere, or possibly in the bush by the door. In a harsh whispered tone he spoke. Where is the flash drive? He glared angrily. It's on my desk. I wasn't exactly sure. He cut him off abruptly. Bring it to me. Okay. The technicians passed through the doors, but enraged users seemed to recoil like an invisible force field that held him at bay. Or he was avoiding cameras, Selbin later thought. Someone retrieved the drive and headed back. As he reached the door, Sup 2 walked in. Hey, Selbin. Hello. Just giving this to enraged user really quick. I should get back on those phones. Oh, what's on it? Selbin, nothing. They wanted some files but didn't tell me what was needed. Sup let out aside and turned and opened the door while holding Selbin back gently with one hand. Get out of here, enraged user. You have to leave company property. They let you go, man. Enraged user began to shout angrily and stomp his feet. He pointed his finger with an evil, knowing grin. You'll never get any of the company emails to the vendors. I refuse to give you my password. Supervisor 2. We're IT. We already changed your password. And we have all the emails, bud. The enraged user screeched like some sort of animal and threw himself to the ground in the most epic display of pure rage Selbin had ever witnessed, far surpassing a 4-year-old having a meltdown in a Pizza Rat game room. After about 30 minutes, the police arrived. Enraged user was trespassed from the property. He had worked at the company for 10 years, but apparently was using his company card for many personal expenditures and was let go. Sullivan is unsure if enraged user was ever made to repay the company. Possibly at the bush. Boing! Look, he jumped out at him. Oh, dude, this is great. I enjoyed this. I love the way it was written. Hell yeah. Awesome. I'm going to write to you now. Let's see here. Dude. Awesome. Storytelling. Yes, I type like this. Reading this for my channel, right? Okay, fat fingers, quit doing that. Right. Now, we'll send link when it goes live. The same button. Alright. Oh, it's going to be one of them nights. Okay, here's one. I don't think anything's going to be as good as that one, honestly, but. User, we have cookie problems. Up. Poony head. Alright, let's see what we got here. Oh, this is a very short one. So this happened a couple of days ago. I'm working as solo IT in a tech startup. Pretty chill job. Most people are very tech savvy, and that makes my job easier. Until recently, that is. We've been started hiring a few salespeople and such. Saleswoman walks up to me and says, "My computer is broken. Can you take a look at it?" I answer, "Sure, what is the issue?" It's typing spaces all by itself. Typing spaces all by itself all the time. Me, that's weird. I'll take a look. We walk back together to her desk, and sure enough, the computer is filling her screen with spaces, just as she said. I solved the problem by lifting up the box of cookies she has on her keyboard and just walk away. Oh, me. Oh, and then you comment down here. You could say I cleared her cookies. Oh, me. That's awesome. Cat was pretty good too. Alrighty, let's see here. Alright, it can't be. It's never done that before. By no users underscore no more work done. Back in the day when 802.11g was a standard, I worked at an ISP that I have mentioned in other posts. A longtime customer of ours, a lawyer, called in one day saying that when he used his cordless phone, his Wi-Fi cut out. You can see this coming, I'm sure. Facts, when we installed the system, he didn't want any holes drilled in the walls or cables running in channels along the walls. It didn't matter that we could make it really nice with wall plates and others and discrete channels that we could hide. His personal router was actually outside in a weatherproof container so that there were no wires coming into the building. The phone in question was an add-on to an existing wired phone network that gave him a weird keypad headset system that he just had to have. We had Wi-Fi. That's the device. 2.4 gigahertz analyzer that had a PC app. I took this in my laptop and headed out. I set it up and got the Wi-Fi running and showed him the graph, explaining that one of the spikes was his router and another was from our app on the top on the top of the hill behind him. Ours was a point-to-point fixed wireless network with customer premise enterprise gear pointed at our AP and then hooked to his router. Standard setup for our clients. The third clear channel, of which the 2.4 gigahertz only has 3, the rest overlap, was his neighbor's Wi-Fi router. Since we had strenuously avoided overlapping channels, the only option for his router was the channel that he already had. He watched the display, and I had him take his cordless phone off the hook, and sure enough, a huge spike went right up through his connection to his router at twice the power. What followed was an explanation of 2.4 gigahertz history and why his router connection went offline due to his phone, and how I couldn't change the router channel due to the interference. I even showed him the graph while he turned on his microwave. It looked like a speech waveform all across the spectrum. Predictably, he didn't believe me and insisted that it couldn't have been his phone because it's never did this before. When it became clear that he was unwilling to part with his beloved phone, I left telling him to contact my boss, who would explain the exact same thing. We got a couple of more calls from him, but in the end his complaint stopped. Education equals intelligence. Too long didn't read. Lawyer didn't believe me when I told him his cordless phone was killing his connection to his router, even though I showed him a spectrum analysis. But that's all you did. You just showed him little lines. You could have made those up right then. Shame on you. Alright, y'all. This has been Tales from Tech Support. I've been glad y'all tuned in. If you like what I'm doing, like, share, subscribe, hit the little bell, ding. Make sure you click the all so you always get notified every time I upload a video. And y'all have a blessed one. I'm out of here.